Welcome to Inner Armour. I'm John Wieringa.
And I'm Dr. Tim Royer. Most people refer to me as Doc.
And we're on a mission to help everyone perform at their potential
and improve their autonomic nervous system.
Doc, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
How does one improve their autonomic nervous system?
Well, first we sort of have to understand what the autonomic nervous system is. And many times people are looking at behaviors which are downstream. Could you give us an example of some behaviors that people look at?
Yeah, downstream is how did I do on that last exam that I just had? Or what is my batting percentage for the season so far?
Yeah, and so we're looking at these things, we're trying to change these things. This is what most of us are focused on. Like the question we would ask for is, what do you do? Or what did you do, right? These are things that we do, but we're bigger than that. We're human beings. Who are we? Why did I do how I did, right?
Yeah.
And so what we refer to that as downstream and upstream. Many people are just focused on downstream. Inner Armour is focused on upstream. And by upstream, we mean how your body is interacting with the environment, the autonomic nervous system, and how your brain drives all of that.
Yeah, it's not just the thoughts or the feelings or behaviors that you have that are going on downstream. It's what are the systems doing? What is the heart doing? What is my breath doing? How are my eyes working together with my brain to control what's going on downstream?
Exactly. And most of the things we see, even in like the clinical world with anxiety and depression, is really focusing on the downstream. How can I chemically alter that? And not thinking, how can I build resilience to manage stress? How can I become more dynamic in my interaction with the environment, recover better, focus better? And what we do at Inner Armour is we go upstream. We get the upstream humming so that in whatever you're trying to do downstream, if that's just trying to manage your emotions or increase your batting percentage, or have a winning team so that all your players are focusing at a high level, or perform really well in the boardroom.
Right. Going into the most challenging part of your career, or a conversation with a loved one that you know is going to be difficult. We want to teach you how to take control by going upstream to your autonomic nervous system and regulate it in a way to optimize and help you perform at your greatest potential.
What John and I have worked on in Inner Armour is how can we develop something that you can take in bite-sized pieces? You know, up to a few years ago, most of this stuff was done in hour-long sessions with heavy equipment, with all kinds of wires and all kinds of stuff.
It wasn't practical.
No, the science was good.
Yes.
Is you can retrain your autonomic nervous system, but like you said, it's not practical with the way it was done. So Inner Armour got on a mission to take the science and put it right in your hands so that it can be accomplished in 10-minute or less sessions.
Anywhere you are. If you have internet access in 10 minutes or less, you can access the power of these techniques and protocols which we're going to teach you.
Yeah, and don't misinterpret the simplicity with the complexity and the elegance of what Inner Armour does. And so that has brought us to the Inner Armour Resiliency Matrix, which we're going to take a look at.
Yeah, let's walk through the resilience matrix.
Yeah.
So the Inner Armour Resilience Matrix is broken down across 3 key performance pillars: precision, power, and focus. And in each of these pillars, we have different levels: shaping, refining, sharpening. So everyone starts out at precision shaping. And Doc, what are the goals in the precision performance pillar?
Yeah, so in precision, we're really focusing on your visual skills. Well, why visual skills is the first thing? It's because your eyes are so important in how you're taking in information. It's estimated that we take in 11 million pieces of information a second through our senses. 10 million of them come from our eyes. And so we want them working really, really well because they're providing the primary input into the brain. And so we want the eyes to be working well, and that's what precision is all about. And the 3 things that we're doing within precision are improving binocularity, which affects depth perception. Then we're increasing peripheral awareness, so I can take in more information at one time. And then the last thing is to improve the speed at which we do all of this visual processing. So in many cases, we can improve this by close to 20%. I mean, just think of what that does to your work week or to your academic load or on the football field when you're taking in 20% more information. So can you explain to the users what power is all about, John, and what are the goals that we're looking for in there?
Yeah, so the second performance pillar is power. And in power, we're talking about energy and energy management. Most of our energy comes from oxygen. 80 to 90% of the body's energy comes from oxygen. Sleep is important, nutrition is important, exercise is important, but oxygen is fundamental to that energy management. And so in power, we want to help you increase that energy. And we focus on the breath. Our breathing is key to increasing the amount of energy that we have. Slow diaphragmatic breathing is what we teach you in power shaping to learn how to use your breath to increase your energy. And then next, we talk about the heart. And that's in power refining. And we use the breath to regulate and control the heart. And we increase the variability in your heart so that your heart can be more flexible when challenges and stressors come your way. So that is in power refining. And then the last goal of power is what we call the flow state or dynamic resilience, where we're teaching you through training of the breathing and the heart rate to change your heart rate by channeling your autonomic nervous system and balancing out the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And through that, then, you can change to the stressors that come at you. Someone comes in and starts talking to you and about something you thought you performed well at, but they're disappointed. Or you get the grade back, or you hit the shot wrong. You have to respond like that. You have to be ready to change in the moment, and that's the dynamic resilience that you learn in power. And the last pillar is focus. What are we learning, Doc, in focus?
Well, in focus, this is really a very unique thing that we've learned over the years with individuals, is most people, when you look at their bodies, when they're trying to focus, look at their brain, is they're going into a stress response. Is they're trying to focus by using adrenaline and these stress responses that are meant for a crisis. But very few of us are really facing crisis, and that crisis focus is only able to be used for short periods of time. So in this pillar, we're taking the misperception of what focus is, and we're teaching the autonomic nervous system how to get in a calm, steady state of focus. And the technology we use here is really quite amazing. Is we're integrating biofeedback from body temperature with skin conductance, which is the electrical current across the skin, and bringing those together in a way that we teach a calm, centered focus, which we refer to as uncommon focus. This is the same kind of focus that you're going to see in elite athletes across the board, in individuals who are very innovative and creative, is this uncommon focus. And so through the matrix and these 10-minute exercises that you're going to get stars as you go that kind of move you through the matrix, we're going to establish an autonomic nervous system that is perfectly regulated so that you can perform at your greatest potential.